Amen. Ago.
What is that?
Exactly. What is ago? Ago means that I'm trying to draw your attention. Yeah. So the same way when you are going to somebody's house, when you get there, because most of in the olden days, most of our houses, and even today some places they don't have gates. There's no gate, there's no wall. So as you are going to somebody's house, you want to announce your presence, that I'm coming, in case there's a mad dog in the house.
Makes sense.
Yes.
We have a young picture of Dr. Du Bois, picture of his first wife, Mrs. Nina Goma Du Bois. She was born in the 1870s in Quincy, Illinois. He married her for 54 years. She died in 1950. They had 2 children together, a son and a daughter. The room behind us used to be the guest room of Dr. Du Bois. And because he was a man of education, the room has been transformed into a public library. In that room, we have 3,500 plus books that are donations from different people across the world to the museum. So please have a quick look at the library and then we'll move on to the other rooms. This open cabinet contains books written by the Du Boises. The books on the first 5 shelves were written by Dr. Du Bois, and the books on the last shelf were written by his second wife. The red ones at the top were gifts he gave to people that visited him whilst he was staying in this house. The title of that book is In Battle for Peace. We have Du Bois publishing about 1,975 works and writing about 45 books. And in this room, we have the original copies of most of his published works. The first African country he visited was Liberia. He believed his grandfather came from there, so he tried to trace his ancestral roots. We have Darkwater, Voices from Within the Veil, one of his autobiographies, very similar to The Souls of Black Folk, but a detailed version of The Souls of Black Folk. We associate the life of Dr. Du Bois with that of the spider. We call it Kweku Anansi. We know the spider to be a very wise insect. Dr. Du Bois was a very wise man. Wherever a spider passes, it leaves a trace of its web for the people to identify its presence at a particular location. By not knowing, you do not have a voice. Easily to be misled, easily to be miseducated. And we fear more for the younger generation. So how are we going to breach that gap? We need to be able to tell them. You are all welcome to the final resting place of Dr. Du Bois. Dr. Du Bois was first buried in Osu Christenberg Castle before moved to this house in 1985 when the bungalow was transformed into a museum. So we have him resting here. We have the ashes of his second wife, Mrs. Shirley Graham Du Bois. We have soil sample from the graveside of his first family, his first wife, his son, and his daughter. Soil sample from the hometown of Dr. Du Bois, Great Barrington, Massachusetts. May the soul of the Du Boises and their legacy continue to live long. Ashe. Ashe. All right, so we are going into the bungalow.
I'm resisting the urge.
Afternoon and welcome to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. We'll move to the declaration ground. We'll go to the mausoleum and to his broken statue, the audiovisual tunnel, his museum, and then finally we conclude at the Freedom Wall. So let me introduce Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to you. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was Ghana's first prime minister and first president. Their mission was to liberate Ghana from neo-colonialism and imperialism. But unfortunately, 2 years along the line, their ideologies started to differ. Osajifo saw an opportunity. He saw a chance to make Ghana free there and then. But his counterparts in the UGCC felt that he was rushing and they could do so progressively. Osajifo said no, the time is now. If we lose this opportunity, we may not get another. So he separated from them, formed his own party, the Conventions People's Party, the CPP, and he started his quest for political freedom. This place was finally built. His body was brought here to be buried permanently. So this is his third and final burial place.
Yeah, this tie and dye, the firework. Batik.
Batik.
Yeah, batik.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I don't know if you take only these. So
Chill with my brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Peace, greetings, beautiful humans. I'm Jannah. I'm from North Carolina, but I live in Michigan right now. So this is my third attempt, and I made it. My third time trying to get to Ghana because, you know, friends plague and people don't want to plan in advance, and I'm a planner. I feel like you can do anything if you put some discipline and time in, you know, do what you got to do to get there. So last year, after my second trip flopped, I was angry, and I was like, for my 45th birthday, I want to do something special for myself, so I started planning last year. I just turned 45 on Saturday the 21st. Thank you. And I celebrate the entire last 10 days of the year and end the new year and literally start my personal new year. So I feel really blessed to be here. I've been going through a lot, so I'm really hoping that this trip grounds me and gives me the clarity and direction and inspiration that I'm needing for what's coming next. I do racial justice work. I've committed my life to it. And so I love all Black people of the diaspora. I believe we're all family. And sometimes we don't know we might actually be family. So, and I'm misunderstood because of that. So I'm grateful to be here with like-minded people, people who want to learn and grow and be rooted in who you are so you can know yourself and love yourself. And I hope that we can grow together. I'm excited about that. And I also travel solo a lot for my work. But I was like, I want to try a group. I read the reviews. I looked at everything. I studied everything before I dropped this money. I promise you that. I don't do that. So that says a lot right there. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I look forward to more. Hi.
Okay, so how was this trip?
Well, it's only day one, and I got in late last night, but we've had a full day. I got to do the fine dress this morning, which was fun, and go to the market and visit different places here. I feel like it's emotional, but it hasn't really hit me yet. But it hit me in there when we were eating, just like everyone is like welcome, and you really do feel welcome, like you're coming home. I've been trying to get here for a few years, and it's taken me a lot to get here. It's been a rough year, so I honestly felt guilty for coming for a while, and now I'm so grateful that I did it. It's a blessing, it's a gift, and I can't wait to see like what else happens. I know that I'll be changed when I leave.
Thank you.
They told you. You got the direct line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So God has heard me. You understand? Afi, Edoto. It means that there's something that you have been praying for.
Yep.
And finally,
Absolutely.
finally,
I received.
you receive it.
Thank you.
Embrace it.
Right.
And when you go back home, go and share with the others and let them know that finally your prayers have been answered. And the same way He answered it to you, He will also answer it to them.
Yep, he did this year.
Wherever you find
All right, so
Well, it's still too early to tell. I still got many days left, but right now it's just been great. Everything that the coordinators have been doing for this group make me feel cared for and informed. I felt like I was well informed before I came here. I had everything I needed. And there's so many little things you might not think about. So I think that's one of the pluses by signing up for a group is that they handle all the hard work. And I would never know what to do from the US trying to get over here. So to have a group take care of everything and then make sure you get to go to all the places that you might want to see, it takes a lot of anxiety out and a lot of the hard part of traveling and just allows you to make space for what you're gonna receive, especially coming to a place like Ghana. So really grateful for them as a group. And I know just based on, because I've been working with them for the last year, paying for things and learning about what we'll be doing, I felt prepared, and it helps me to just be able to receive the experience and really immerse myself and be present and intentional with the type of experience I want. So I'm really grateful for that. It's a gift.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, first of all, my ancestors were not slaves. They were enslaved. So I always like to make that distinction, that I'm not going to see where the slaves were. I'm going to see where people were enslaved, because I know who I am and whose I am, and we were not just slaves. So I always understand that part. I think it's going to be very emotional.
No light, no air until you drop dead. Wow. Condemned sound it calls. May the souls of all the faithful departed from these dungeons, other dungeons across Africa, through the mercy of God, may you rest in peace. Merchant or the Europeans, to us was the introduction of Christianity. This was the living room, the bedroom that side, and guess what? Male dungeon here. Above the dungeon was the church. Yeah. From here, we're going to see it. When the ship arrived from England, our ancestors said it didn't go out this way. This was the direction. To join the women at dawn of no return. It was around 1834, a year after slave trade finally ended in British West Africa, 1833. Instead of 1807, you and I know it didn't stop. Source of light, ventilation day and night, determined by the 3 openings there. The bricks covered with poo-poo, wee-wee, sweat, blood, tears of our ancestors, just like what we have here. One after the other, let's all see the tunnel. The tunnel that led to the boat, to the ship. So the men walking through the tunnel to be joined by the women from their end. Bah, 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 bah. Those were the first door of no return. 4 people in a room today will throw tantrums. We are overcrowded. I need my privacy. 150 or more here. A day or two, no shower. My body is itching me left, right, center. I need to take shower. Weeks, no shower. So if somebody died here, that was the reason.
I just finished the Cape Coast Castle tour, and it was, it's very emotional. I'm still processing. I'm sure I'll continue processing for the rest of the week. but you can literally feel in your body like, I don't know, you feel like something happened here. We were in the actual rooms where people were held, and you get to experience what your ancestors were feeling as they were being taken away from home. And it's emotional. I cried as soon as I got in here. My heart started beating really, really fast. Your body will react because our bodies hold trauma. So it's hard because it's such a beautiful, beautiful place here, but such atrocious, horrendous things happen to people, to humans here. And so it's a huge contradiction that's confusing, and it really messes with your head. I've learned all about this. I've studied all about the history of where I come from. And I know a lot more than probably the average person in the US, but to come here and see it and to stand on the ground and to touch the walls, there's no words for it. I am going to have to write in my journal and take some of my reflections and really ask myself what this means for me, because now that I have touched and felt this space, what do I want to do moving forward for the fight for revolution that's still happening in the country that I live in, with the historical roots that are right here on this land. Very powerful.
We live in a world of contradictions. Ghana is a small but very dynamic, independent African state. We must attain control of our own economic and political destinies. Only thus can we create higher living standards for our people and free them from the legacies and hazards of a colonial past.
Areas that you saw at Cape Coast, the dungeons are the same dungeons. So you need not to repeat that space. But areas that you do not see at Cape Coast, you're going to see those areas over here. Especially the original door of no return. Marcus Garvey once said, a people without the knowledge of their own past history or regional culture is like a tree without roots. Today, as we connect ourselves to this dungeon, we are going to see how the journey of our ancestors began from this slave dungeon. Why this dungeon? Because this was the first and the oldest slave dungeon built by the Portuguese in the year 1482. As you speak, this dungeon is 542 years old. Now, the best way to understand the history is to experience it. And this is the original door of no return. The big question is, why is the size of the door too narrow, too tiny, too small, or too little? The journey across the ocean began. Unfortunately, they never knew where they were going. They never knew how long the passage would be, the conditions and the bullshit they had.
Stone boy. Jugglers. Wake the town, the world love for sound. Them can't hold we down. Our time, you know. Hey. Our time, you know. We are the face of the future. Watch out for them youth, yeah. Dread and crucial. Made in Africa. Tough like Lumumba. Rough like Sankara. Leaders like Madiba. Set before we, but brother man now God's no glory. Time the lions get fit tell the story. Come back a piece so them can't ignore. With the fire too hot for them. Mama earth get too black for them. Black culture come in like accident. From beauty queens to the actress them. We are the face of the future. Watch out for them youth. Crucial.
We made it. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Canopy Walk was wonderful. Like, I recommend it to everybody. Face your fears, get some core strength, and just trust that you're not going to fall.
It was a challenge, but it was worth it, and we went together as a team, so it's all good.
The canopy was amazing. I loved it. It was took a little courage, but it was a whole lot of fun. We did it with the team, and I would do it again.
Watch out for them youths, yeah. Dread and crucial. Made in Africa. Rough like Lumumba. Rough like Sankara. Leaders like Madiba. Made in Africa. We survive! Ulele, 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 ulele. Nipele Africa.
Count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Just they bounce with the groove, no carry do. If you lose God, then go bounce with your boo. I can vouch for my crew, I'm telling you. And to they do, lifestyle of a crew. Make you dance, no they look, then go they look, then go they look. And say if it's not enough, if I do 99 goody, then what? Don't know how to show you my love without fucking up. But I can buy you a new baby, straight from made you love. To feel nothing at all. Be like a juju calabar. Give me moral like I be bouncer. Paragon. Take me higher, don't want to land you. Until now I don't understand me why no matter
what. My nana said work as hard as you can, my son. 'Cause there's this cloud of witnesses watching you run. See, life's not easy, yes, I know it can get tough. So I've been working, trying to keep my turf. See, I've been in and out of trouble,
and friends have failed. It's been a long, long road, but I prevail. It won't be long until I find my destiny. So when you pray, remember, pray for victory. And she said, joy, joy, joy. Joy comes in the morning. Ooh, joy, joy, joy. Joy comes in the morning.
Whatever you want, just name it. Girl, let's be honest. The things I would do to spend rounds on you, to spend those on you. 100 niggas on you, so I spend 1 million on you. No, 1 million on you, like colors of the rainbow. Your presence starts to make me feel like a part of the gold. Still struggle to compare you. Your presence like an angel.